The season is going well in some different ways and different in other ways. How would you kind of classify how you've done and how the offense has done through the first 6 weeks?
As far as the offense, on the offensive standpoint, I feel like it's been at least a decent year, I could say. I wouldn't say it's been a good or a great year, but it's at least been a decent year. We've been pretty efficient every game, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do what we do in practice every day out there on the field. Personally, it's kind of been still more of a learning season, I kind of could say. Getting into the blocking game a little bit more, they moved me back in there in the trenches, I guess you could say, a little bit more. So it's been fun out there.
We talked about how you had put on weight to do that. How has that worked out in terms of the rest of your game?
Yeah, for sure. It was kind of something that I kind of gained the weight before fall camp, so I would kind of go through fall camp knowing how it felt. So it kind of really doesn't faze me now, but going into fall camp, it kind of felt a little heavy, but I'm used to it now, so kind of feel like we're back to normal speed out there.
What did the week off do for you?
Oh, it did a lot. Getting a lot of snaps out there each game, so it helped me get my body back most definitely. So I definitely used that to get my body back, get some recovery in.
What do you see in Georgia State's defense? They're off to a 5-1 start. Obviously, doing some things the right way, and especially in the red zone. Like, what could give y'all trouble from what you see on film?
Giving us trouble. I wouldn't say it would be trouble, but they definitely got some athletes out there on that side of the field. If we don't do the things that we're supposed to do, stay disciplined and making those plays that we're supposed to make in one-on-one situations and things like that, that can definitely be a problem for us. But as long as we stay disciplined, I feel like we'll be able to keep it moving.
How has the offense sort of reacclimated itself since Zion had to step in for Ben? He's been there for about 3 or so weeks now. How have you just sort of seen maybe the offense, maybe even if it's just baby steps, how have you just seen the offense?
Yeah, most definitely. Back to when it was a battle, I would always say that the team was always confident in whoever Dez was to put out there. We had 3 guys that we could really just go out there and play with, either one. So when it came to Zion coming in, there was really no fall off. There was nobody really nervous about him coming in to play. Everybody was really excited to see what he'll come out and do. So I would definitely say that it's kind of made us more excited to just go out there and just see what he's going to do. Sometimes he's a magician with the ball in his hand. So it just gets a little fun to go out there and watch him play out there with you sometimes.
What's been the most impressive or coolest thing, or maybe it's not even something that happens on the field on Saturdays. Maybe it's something that's happened during a practice, but what's been one of the cooler things you've seen from Zion so far?
From Zion, I would probably say one of the things that kind of wows me is that with quarterbacks and receivers, it's always a lot about timing and things like that, but his arm is so strong and like the timing could be a little off, but he'll still zip that ball in there. So you'll be on the receiving end not thinking it's going to get through there, but it still get through there. You just you catch the ball like, oh wow, like that really got through there. So yeah, definitely that arm strength that he has for sure.
I didn't know what the passing game was going to be like. And obviously y'all lost a big part of that right before camp and had a lot of inexperienced receivers. What have you seen when you watch film? Like, the passing game's been pretty good. It's been better than I expected. What do you think's the key for that?
Yeah, for sure. I would say a big key of that is how Dez calls those plays, man. I feel like he calls those run plays and mixes it up real well, and then we go out there and execute it well. So it kind of gives the defense to stay on their toes a little bit. They don't really know what's coming on. And then we got those young guys, those young receivers. They really came in and they did everything we needed them to do, even doing a little bit better. So it's definitely helped out having those young guys being ready for the moment, just being ready to go out there and play. So most definitely.
We built the Texas State. Everyone did. Even Coach Daz did run from it. A big game. Needed to win that game. You didn't want to be 0-2. You didn't want to have a loss going into a bye. Yeah. And yet now you've got to be back up for another team who's 5-1. And who knows? Time will tell. They might even be better than Texas State. We'll see. So what about homecoming and getting back up to play another game that's really just important now?
Well, it's something that Dez always harps on. It's just that the league that we're in, this Sun Belt Conference, is never really no pushover game. You can't just go out there, roll the ball on the field, and just win the game just because you're there. You know what I'm saying? You got to really lock in on those details and make sure that you outplay the opponent. So we've been doing that, making sure we're harping in on that, and just making sure that everything we're doing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays in practice is make sure we get it to transfer on the field.